Hi, it's Keto Granny. Are you feeling overwhelmed because you want to start the ketogenic diet and you don't know where to start? Are you feeling overwhelmed because you got all this information out here and it's just a little bit too much, you don't know where to start? Well, I want to say, if you're thinking about starting the ketogenic diet, start with you. Start with what you can do. Start where you are. That's where you have to start on the ketogenic diet. First, think about yourself. Think about what you want to benefit, what you want to gain, and set those priorities, set those goals, and then start working toward them. Make them your priority and don't let anyone get in the way of you reaching your goals and attaining your goals. Do what's necessary for you to reach those goals. You want to put yourself first. You have to put yourself first in order to get healthy. You have to watch out for your health. No one else is really going to do that. You have to do it for yourself. I mean, if you want to lose weight, then make a plan. Plan your meals. Get a grocery list. No matter what diet you're doing. You're doing the keto diet, get a keto grocery list. Get one and circle the foods on that list that you like. Circle foods that you already eaten, foods that you already enjoy, and then add to it. Now, the best way to be successful on the ketogenic diet is to become a cook. And when I say become a cook, you don't have to make fancy dishes, but you will be more successful if you prepare your own meals instead of going out to eat or going to get foods that are already prepared at the grocery store or different places. You will do a lot better on the ketogenic diet by cooking your own meals. I hear people talking about going to the local filling station and then getting dirty keto, cheap keto, and different things like that. I don't know a lot about those different things, but I have added in many different things on my keto journey. Some I would say aren't good, and I have taken those out. Some are good. Like I see this bread that everyone's talking about. To me, that is not a good bread, nor is it keto friendly. So it's not something that I eat. I still make my homemade keto bread, and I feel like that's better than the new bread that everyone is having this rave over because it's got wheat and potato starch and all this different stuff in it. And I try to stay away from those things. I don't eat them intentionally. So when I eat them or something that I shouldn't eat, it's usually because I didn't read the label and someone brings it to my attention, in which I'm very grateful for that and very appreciative of that. So make sure you read your labels because sugar comes in a lot of different names. The other day, a friend brought to my attention about polysorbate 80. And I thought about it, and sorbate, that kind of means like a sugar, you know. So I was like, I never heard of the polysorbate 80 before until she brought it to my attention. And then I looked, and it was in a lot of the foods that I was eating. It would say that everything was fine, but right at the end, it would add in that polysorbate 80. And that was in a lot of the pickles and relish and fermented cabbages and things that I found. It has a lot of that polysorbate 80, and I did some research and read about it, and it's an ingredient that's not really good for you. They say you really don't have to worry about it unless you're eating a lot of it. Well, if you're eating a lot of certain foods, you're getting a lot of it. So make sure you read your labels. That's one thing that's going to help you to be successful. Read your labels so you can avoid hidden sugars. Also avoid boxed and processed foods. If food is in a box, more than likely it's going to be full of carbs and a lot of other different things that are not good for you. Fillers and different little chemicals and things that they use for shelf life and different things like that. So it's always good to go fresh whole foods on the ketogenic diet or any diet. It's best to go fresh whole foods. Find a farmer's market or your local grocery store, and if you can, shop in the organic section and get your vegetables, and before you eat any vegetables, make sure that you wash those vegetables really, really well. They say that that's the difference between the organic and the regular vegetables, is the use of pesticides. So if you can't afford organic, get the other vegetables. Get vegetables from the local farmer's market, but make sure that you wash your vegetables very, very good so that you can remove those pesticides. Also, when you're buying meats, make sure you're not getting meats that have carbs in them. I have bought meats and then look at them, and then they've got carbohydrates in them, and this is always something that's added in. So make sure, like I said, reading labels is important on anything that you're getting. You want to avoid grains. You want to avoid things like rice, oats, barley, corn. Corn is something that we don't even digest, so we shouldn't be eating it. It is truly a filler. Hormone issues and everything when we're losing weight. The ketogenic diet, it helps improve some of your hormones that your body uses. Some of these things will improve on the ketogenic diet. Also, on the keto diet, you're going to get healthier. And if you add in intermittent fasting, you're going to see a lot of great benefits, especially, well, for me, especially since I'm older, I've seen a lot of great benefits with the ketogenic diet and then adding in intermittent fasting. You will up your HGH, your human growth hormone. That's something that's activated by fasting. So if you add an intermittent fasting, and that hormone has a lot of great benefits. I call it the youth hormone. It makes you look younger. It helps fight acne. It helps. I mean, autophagy. You're going to get a lot of great benefits when you start doing the ketogenic diet. Now, tips to getting started. If you live with people, you can't just really go through and start, throwing food out or giving food away, but rearrange things so that when you look in the refrigerator, have your food on the shelf or have it on the side door and stuff so that you can see what you readily want to eat also, along with everyone else's. Because if you go in the refrigerator and you don't have anything that's prepared or readily available for you to eat, you're going to eat something that you're not supposed to eat. So plan to be successful and do meal preps. And when I say by meal preps, you don't have to do anything that's big or extravagant. When you're cooking your breakfast or when you're making a meal, just make something extra and put it in the refrigerator so that you'll have something available. Also, starting the ketogenic diet. When you first start off, make sure that you are doing healthy keto. When I first started off eating 75% worth of fat, 20% worth of protein, and 5% worth of carbohydrates. And I found out that, Dr. Berg, I started following Dr. Berg, and he presented what was called healthy keto. Healthy keto, you eat 70% worth of fat, 20% worth of protein, 5% worth of vegetables, and 5% worth of carbohydrates. When you first start, you want to drop those carbohydrates down as far as you can. They say down to 20 net carbs or below that daily. I say below daily, and that way you will get into ketosis much faster, and you'll make it through that little stage, and you'll start getting adapted, to burning fat. And the sooner that you get a fat adapted, you can stop eating as much fat on the ketogenic diet. You're going to cut back on the fat because you want your body to use its own fat, use its stored fat. That's where a lot of people have a lot of different issues on the ketogenic diet, because it seems like no one knows how much fat to cut back exactly. For me, I've had to tweak my diet. And I have done things gradually because of some little health issues and different things that I have dealt with along the way. And if you have health issues, you can deal with those along the way on the ketogenic diet, and you can still stay keto. You may have to add and adjust your ratio sometime, but you can always go back to eating the ketogenic lifestyle and get those great benefits. I have had several health scares, and eventually I'm going to share that with you. It's something that I'm working on now, but it's something that I should address because it affects a lot of women, and it's something that I do want to share. It's just something that I've got to be able to talk about and be able to talk about without getting upset. So I'm going to share, what this very, very important thing, and I'm sure that you will be appreciative of it. I just got to figure out how I want to do it. So if you have any questions on the ketogenic diet, ask them below. I run into different problems myself on the ketogenic diet. I'm not perfect. I have days that if I don't do a meal prep and I have the grandkids over, I may go in the kitchen and eat something that I'm not supposed to. But if I do, I get right back on the keto diet. You are a human being. You are a person. And so you're going to make mistakes. You're going to go off board sometime or whatever. You're going out to eat with family or friends. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy whatever you want to eat is what I say. But you can always go back to doing your ketogenic diet and ketogenic lifestyle and still getting those benefits. You can go off kilter a little bit sometime. But, this is a diet. Like I call it a lifestyle, and I can't say it's a diet because if it's a diet, then you say, oh, I went off my diet. No, I don't consider it a diet. It's my lifestyle, and I eat different ways. I live the ketogenic lifestyle because this is the way that I choose to eat, and that's just eating. That's just eating a lot of vegetables. I eat a lot of vegetables, assorted vegetables. I try to keep it assorted, and I eat a small portion of meat. If you eat too much meat, you can get gout. I found that out also on the ketogenic diet when I first started. If you don't balance this diet correctly, you will get gout on the ketogenic diet because you will be getting too many meats and not enough vegetables. So make sure that you're doing the ketogenic diet correctly. There are lots of information out there. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. But find what works for you. Start the ketogenic diet by organic, grass-fed, cage-free, pasture-raised foods. These are the best to buy. If you can't buy what you can to start, and add in more organic, grass-fed foods as you go along until you're eating that way. The ketogenic diet is a diet that, if you want to do your research, do some research on the diet. I would say do your research, learn about the diet, ask your doctor questions about the diet, but it's a very good diet, especially for older adults. It has helped me greatly, mental clarity. I feel better. I have more energy. I'm able to do more. I enjoy my life more. You see that sign behind my sign says, let me put it up higher. Live your best life. And I've been doing it, especially since I started doing keto. I've been living my best life. I've lost 115 pounds. My knees don't hurt as much. I don't have as much inflammation in my body as I used to have. I used to ache all over every day. I had swelling in my legs and in my feet daily. I had rotator pain, shoulder cup pain, and I still have some of these things occasionally, but I don't have problems with swelling in my feet and different things like that anymore. I don't have a lot of inflammation in my body. Usually when I get inflammation in my body, I know that I have been eating some sugar somewhere, some hidden sugar, or something is going on, and I will start investigating, and I will find out what it is, and I will take it out of my diet, and then I will get back on track. But anytime that you get off track on the diet, it's okay. You're human. It's okay. I love eating this way. It's been very healthy for me, and if you start eating like this, it's going to be very healthy for you. You're going to see so many benefits. And if you have any questions, please, ask them. I will answer them for you. This week I did very, very good on the ketogenic diet. But with my health issues, my weight has been yo-yoing up and down. So I also have a video on that that shows, like this week, where I started at, how my weight increased, and then after, you know, my stress was relieved from my health condition especially, then I have started back. My weight is going in the right direction again. So stress really can knock you out of ketosis. It can stall your weight loss, and that has to do with your cortisol level. But that is another video for another time. So I hope that I've given you some information about the ketogenic diet. And just remember that it's not a race. This is a diet that you do at your pace. Enjoy the diet. I enjoy the diet. I enjoy the foods that I eat. And as long as you stick to the guidelines, you'll be okay. This is Keto Granny saying, until next time, have a great evening. Bye-bye. If you have enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe box below, and that way you won't miss any videos that I make or share. Thank you.